there was a lot of violence on the House and Senate floors between 1830 and 1860. And in fact, I found roughly 70 physically violent incidents in the pre-Civil War Congress between 1830 and 1860. And by physically violent, I mean canings, shoving, fistfights, people pulling knives and guns on each other, duels and duel challenges, wild melees, like packs of congressmen fighting each other, usually in the House, with bunches of men rolling in the aisles, throwing punches and tossing the occasional spittoon, and a handful of street fights with fists, bricks, and the occasional umbrella. Now, probably many of you are thinking that sounds like a dramatic story, so why has it not been told before? And of course, I asked myself that question a good many times when I was working on the book. And there are, I suppose, a multi-part answer, but there's one particularly good reason. And that is, a lot of the violence was censored out of the period's equivalent of the congressional record. There are clues in the record which you notice. Once you know the violence is there, then you can kind of see it's masked. So for example, every now and again the record will say, quote, "The debate became unpleasantly personal at one point." So in one instance, someone pulled a gun on somebody else, and that was unpleasantly personal. Or it will say, quote, "There was a sudden sensation in the corner," as when two congressmen began slugging each other and they flipped a desk. Enormous brawls, the spittoon-tossing brawls, get mentioned, but in the barest detail, as in the case of one enormous fight in 1849 that a reporter summed up with this wonderfully poetic way of describing chaos. And this is actually in the record. It says, quote, "The house was like a heaving billow." Kind of gives you a good image of what it was like.